So good morning, everyone. Welcome to SAP Material Management demo session. So this demo session is going to be 1 hour for today, and tomorrow we'll be having another demo session. So that is continuation of the material management. So post having the 2 demo sessions, then the regular classes will be continued. The further details will be shared with you. So later in the session. So I'm going to the next screen. So here we have agenda. So today we are going to discuss about trainer profile. So I will talk a minute about me, and then we are going to discuss about SAP and ERP introduction. It is important to talk about ERP before we start learning about SAP. And we are going to see SAP modules. So what are different modules which are available in SAP and the SAP projects. So for suppose if you start working for any of the company as a SAP consultant or associate consultant, whatever the role is. So what kind of projects that you can expect in the SAP field? Next, the roles. If you are joining any company on the SAP, so what are different roles that you're going to have are in your career, SAP career? The final one is glimpse. So in this course, so what we are going to provide, how you will get benefit. So that we are going to talk in the glimpse. So let me go to the next slide. Okay. So myself, Abhilash. So I'm based out in Hyderabad. So I'm working as a SAP MM consultant, and I'm having around 8 years of experience, not only into SAP MM. So I do have experience in SAP WM also. WM is warehouse management. That is one of the module inside the SAP. So if you look into my certifications, so I'm SAP Certified Application Associate, Procurement with SAP ERP 6.0 and EHP 7. This is one of the certification provides by the SAP. That's by directly by the SAP for MM. And I also certified in S4 Hana Sourcing and Procurement. That is advanced certification in the SAP MM. And I also certified in Transportation Management with S4 Hana. So that is one of the most demand module in transportation management. So later I will be explaining. So once you learn MM, or if you gain some experience in MM, so what are different career opportunities that you can see? So if in case if you want to learn any of the other module along with the MM, not now, maybe in the future, I will also show you. So what is the best career path that you can have along with the MM? That we'll be discussing. And coming to my experience, I have worked on product developments, so implementation, rollout, system conversion, support projects. So I have been into different industries and different projects. And I also have extensive knowledge in SAP EWM. This is one of the module, extended warehouse management, and BTP. BTP is very advanced in SAP. So that is under, and also that is a trending. That is not a module, it's a platform. That is business technology platform and build apps. Build apps also one of the latest technology that is introduced in the SAP. So it's not yet taken by the customers, but it's the latest technology introduced by the SAP, but that is still evolving in the market. So it's a to come. So that's about me. Okay. Now let's see what is SAP. What is the abbreviation of SAP? For suppose if you are, I don't know how you are calling the SAP, always and always, whether you are into SAP or you're going for any other domain, never ever call it as a SAP. Always call it as a SAP. Even if someone is trying to call it as a SAP, so tell them that this is SAP, not SAP. The abbreviation of SAP is Systems, Applications, and Products in Data Processing. So there is a separate meaning for each and every character. Systems, there are different systems in this software. Again, different applications in this software and different products in this software. This software contains different systems, applications, and products. While we are processing the data or the operations, so we do use different systems, different applications, and different products. By combining all this, applications or the systems or the products. So simply we do call it as a SAP. SAP is a software. So SAP is not only a software, it's a company also. If you go to Google and type what is SAP, first of all, SAP is a company and SAP itself is a software. SAP company offers the SAP software. And I will give you some more introduction of SAP. So let me go to the next slide. So here we have few points regarding the SAP. So it has founded in 1972. So before we all are born. So that's what I do expect. So that's in the Germany. So SAP is mainly from the German country. So that's where it has born. Then who founded this SAP software or SAP company? So there were 5 ex-IBM employees who were working for IBM, and later they came out of the IBM company and they started their own company. And that's where this SAP has came up. And initially, they used to call it as a SAP, but the abbreviation was different initially. So they used to call it as a System Analysis Program Development, and now it is changed as Systems, Applications, and Products in Data Processing. So what you can see on the right side, that is the previous abbreviation. So when they have started the company, so during then they used to call it as System Analysis Program Development. So now today we are calling SAP as Systems, Applications, and Products in Data Processing. That's called SAP. So if you look into history, so it was founded in 1972. So now where we are standing, it's 2025. It's more than 50 years. SAP has completed more than 50 years of journey. And still, if you look into the market, even if you don't trust my words, you can go to the Google and just type it. Who is the ERP market leader? The first thing that you will come to know is SAP. Two things you need to observe here. Either you can go for the worldwide ERP market or India-wide ERP market. SAP is the market leader. Most of the customer, you might have heard about Fortune 500 companies. 80% of the Fortune 500 companies do use SAP software for their business. So you can imagine how demand the SAP has. And SAP is very flexible. So any industry can use the SAP software for their operations. So the industries that can suitable for the SAP that we are going to talk in one of the other slide. Okay, that says small history about SAP. I'm not going in depth of history. So these are a few things that you need to understand. You won't get any question during the interview or the SAP history, but this is just for your reference. Okay. Now we just seen few things about SAP, but what is SAP? Why any company needs to use SAP? Why they need to use? How this is helpful? Guys, again, so during this demo or during this entire course, I know that, so I'm believing none of you might know about SAP. So you are very new to the SAP. So there might be people who are experienced and who are fresher. I'm going to explain everything in layman language, so which can be understandable by everyone. So I'm not going to talk directly in SAP language. If I talk directly in the SAP language, so no one can able to understand. I will try to explain everything in a layman language, in a very real-time language. Anywhere, if you don't understand any terminology or the explanation, so please try to stop me and ask me for more explanation, or if you have any doubts. All I want is you need to understand what I'm explaining. Okay, now, so before we go further on the SAP, we need to understand, so why we have SAP and what exactly it can does. SAP is one of the ERP software. I will give you some real-time example, how we can differentiate. ERP is nothing but enterprise resource planning. Here, if I can divide these three terms, enterprise resource planning. Enterprise is nothing but a company. So there is a company In whichever company that you take, usually what we can see in that company, we can see the labors. So we can say manpower, we can see the machines, and we can see the money. And there are some other elements. So just example, I'm taking money, manpower, machinery. In my company, I have a company. In that company, I have money, I have manpower, labor force, and I have machinery. What I need to do, I have everything, but what I need to do? So I need to plan to to produce a product or to do any operation. What I have to do? I have to plan. Without planning, we cannot do anything. If we do anything without planning, so what will happen? Example, you are going for a tour. So there are total 100 people in your group. You have been given an organization position. What you will do if you are going for a tour? You will plan, right? What will happen if you don't plan? No one knows what will happen in the next minute if you don't plan anything. Even though if you have the time, you may not utilize the time effectively. So that is why planning is very, very important in any activity. The ERP is nothing but enterprise resource planning. Enterprise is a company. Resource means whatever the resources that we have available. Planning. In a company, by having some proper plan to utilize the resources. Why we need to utilize the resources with a proper plan? So what is the main aim of any company? To get the profits, not to get the losses, right? To get the profits. If you want to get a profit, what you need to have? You need to have a proper plan. If you're working anywhere and if you're getting some salary, so won't you have any plan saying that, so this month I have to spend this much of money for this rent, maybe groceries, maybe some other expenses. You should have proper plan, right? If you have proper plan, at least you can save some money. That's the main aim of the ERP. Now in ERP, so we have n number of softwares available. SAP is one of the software. In ERP, we have n number of softwares available, and they are called ERP softwares. Let's have a look into what are the ERP softwares available in the market. So here I have given just a few ERP softwares. So there could be n number of other ERP softwares, but these are some of the mostly used softwares in the market. If you look into the ERP softwares like SAP, we have Oracle, we have, and Microsoft we have, and Syspro we have, Epicor we have, and IFS we have, eCount we have, SEG we have, and Acumatica. And you can see some of the other softwares like Salesforce. A number of other softwares are available in the market. But you can go to Google and try to search for which ERP software has highest market share in the worldwide or India wide. The first thing that you will come to know is SAP. SAP is very costly. Trust me, SAP is very costly. So I will give you a simple example. iPhone is very costly. You can go and see at the people. So most of the people today use the iPhone. Why they are using iPhone? Because that is flexible. It is having a number of features. That is worth of money of what we are spending. So that's why, though it is expensive, people are buying iPhone. Similarly, though it is very costly or expensive SAP software, still there are n number of customers who are using SAP. So it is giving the best results for their business. So that's about the ERP and ERP softwares. That's a small concept. So I'd like to give some introduction of the ERP. So just for your reference in the future, if someone asks you what is ERP, you cannot be blank, right? You should know what is ERP. So please feel free to ask if you have any questions. So if you don't have any questions, I will go to the next slide. Okay. So even before we continue further over the SAP, so I'd like to take another 5 minutes to explain you. So what is a decentralized system, centralized system? This will mainly focus on any business, why they need to have a ERP software? First of all, we discussed why they need to have a SAP. SAP provides some best results, best efficiency. They will save a lot of costs for the company. Before we come to discuss about the SAP, we talked about the ERP. But now question is why the companies do use the ERP? So when they go for without ERP system, is it mandatory to use ERP system for any company? So when I say ERP, you can take any software. That's not a problem. But is it mandatory to use any company ERP? And what are the advantages if they use the ERP system or ERP software? What are the advantages? So this slide, this decentralized system, the next slide we are talking about centralized system. These two slides will give you clear picture of why any company needs to use the ERP software. I'm not talking about SAP software, ERP software, why they need to use. So let's see some normal example. So here we have a customer. So just imagine I am the customer. I'm having a small company. So Dasara festival is coming on. So what I thought is, me and my management has thought, so we want to give some cookers to the employees. So we are having total 5,000 employees in my company. So we would like to distribute cookers to the employees. So if I want to do that, what I will do as a customer, I'm the customer, right? If I want to buy any material, then how I will be called? So I will be the customer, right? As a customer, what I will do, I will call to the sales team of the so-and-so company. So just imagine, so this is X company. I'm calling to the X company sales department. So I call to them. So I'm speaking to the sales representative and she was asking me what you need. I want cookers. How many cookers you want? I want 5,000 cookers. But unfortunately, she doesn't have any information in hand. Then what she will do? She will call to the stock department or inventory department. Whoever is responsible to hold the materials or to hold the cookers, she will call to that department. She will ask, okay, we have a requirement from the customer where we need to sell 5,000 cookers. Do we have the stock available? Inventory department is saying that, okay, so we have only 2,000 cookers available, 3,000 is not available. Now, does she come back to the customer and say that, so we have 2,000 available and 3,000 not available? No, right? What is the next question I will ask? By when you can provide the rest of the 3,000 cookers? I mean, she cannot roam here and there, right? What is the next step that she will do before she come back to me? She will ask the production department, whoever manufactured the material in their company, she will call to that department. She will ask, okay, we need to manufacture 3,000 cookers. How many days you will take? The production team will say, okay, you want to manufacture 3,000 cookers. So I cannot confirm directly because first I need to understand, okay, to manufacture a cooker, we need material, we need steel, we need plastic, we need so and so other products. So we don't have all the material available in our company. First of all, we need to understand if we have budget available. So what the production team will do, they will ask the finance team who are responsible for the finance. Finance team has confirmed that we have the budget, but we need to understand how many days the company, other supplier who supply the steel material, plastic material to our company to manufacture the cooker. Finance team or whoever responsible, they will call to the vendor. They will ask, okay, by when you can supply the steel material, plastic material, other material? He's saying that, okay, I will take 10 days. Now, this person will take 10 days to deliver the material. These people will take another 4 days to manufacture the material. So before that, the production team should also know shop floor execution team. Shop floor execution team is nothing but maybe you can call it as engineers, laborers, or the persons who run the machines. We need to have the people, right, to run the machines or to manufacture the cookers. So they need to understand, so whether we have the labor available or not. If not available, what they will do? They will inform to HR team who are responsible to bring the people, and HR team may arrange the people. So here you can understand. So the vendor is taking 10 days to deliver the material. Production team is taking around 4 days to manufacture the material. You can take another 1 or 2 days buffer. So it will take at least 15 days to provide rest of the 3000 cookers. Just understand one thing, how much time it will take for her to call each and every department and gather all the information. If all the department persons are immediately available, she can gather the information quickly, maybe in 1 hour. What in case if the production supervisor is not available, he is on sick leave, finance department head is some personal leave, some HRs are not there, so someone has left, the position is vacant. So can she provide the realistic information to me? No, right? She cannot provide. She can say that 2000 available, 3000 cookers are not available, and we are quite not sure. We are expecting another 20 days, but we can't guarantee. What in case if you are in that situation where the customer is standing, what you will do? Will you wait for her confirmation? Next confirmation, next 20 days, next 10 days? No, right? In this very busy competitive world, what you will do? You will immediately call to the next company. So why this is happening to this X company? Because they don't have all the information in hand. So that's why we do call it as a decentralized system. Maybe sales is having different software. Production is having different software. Finance is having different softwares. This salesperson can't go to production softwares, finance software, HR software and gather the information, right? That's not possible because everyone is having their own softwares. So that is why we are calling it as a decentralized system. Different softwares are there, different systems are there. We cannot control them. We cannot gather all the information from different systems. So they have to confirm from their end. So you can imagine by standing at customer position, whether you would like to wait or you will go for other company. Obviously, you will go for other company. Not only you, anyone, whoever is standing there, they will go to the next minute to the next company. They will call to the next company. That's what we do. Now come to this centralized system. So imagine there is Y company who are using the centralized system. So I am the customer here. I'm calling to the Y company sales team saying that I need 5 cookers. So do you have the cookers available? If not, may I know by when you can deliver the 5000 cookers? This sales receptionist doesn't need to call inventory, doesn't need to call production, doesn't need to call finance, doesn't need to reach out HR, or doesn't need to go to shop floor execution. What she will do, she will simply log into the centralized ERP system. In this system, we can see each and every information of all the departments. Okay, customer is asking for so-and-so product. She will go and enter that product in the system. It will show how much stock is available. Okay, customer is asking for 5000. 2000 is available. Next to 3000 is not available. Even she doesn't need to ask for any of the other department. She will simply enter that information in the system. The system will show the delivery date by when you can get this material available. Maybe next 7 days, 5 days, 3 days. She can inform to the customer or confirm to the customer within a fraction of seconds. Nowadays, if wherever we get the real-time information or quick information, so that's what we do follow. So will you wait for days, hours, for longer time to get confirmation or information from so-and-so company? No, right? So in this busy competitive world, so we have to be quick. So then only we can survive. So that's where it is very important for any company to use the centralized system, not a decentralized system. Then what is that centralized system? The centralized system is an ERP system. Whether you use SAP or you use Oracle or you use BAN, Microsoft, all they are ERP softwares. Centralized softwares are the centralized systems. All the departments information is available in the centralized system. That's why using of ERP is very important for any company. You go and see any company, definitely today, they might be using any ERP software. Not talking SAP, any ERP software. So please let me know if you have any questions. regarding the centralized or decentralized systems. If this is clear, I'll go to the next slide. If you have any doubts, I'll try to explain again.
No, sir.
Before, so it is very important. So forget about the course, put it aside, but it is very important to understand of the basics, the fundamentals. Trust me. Yes, sorry, someone was asking something. No? Okay, I'm going to the next slide. So now we are going to start discussing about the
Like Abhilash, centralized means will be having only one system, then it will be easy to communicate. And
yes,
decentralized means we will be having different systems, so the communication will be different. That
yes,
is the main difference, right?
yes, correct.
Okay,
So
okay,
we are
thank you.
in centralized system. So if I am responsible for the inventory, I do enter the inventory information in the centralized system. Finance will enter finance related information in the centralized system. So all of the departments use one software, one system. So then we don't need to depend on other modules, right? Or other departments. So we don't need to call them. We don't need to reach out them. So we can simply log into the system and see whether all the information is available or not. Whichever information that you want, you can easily get from there. But in case if you are looking into the decentralized system, so you cannot log into their system. You need to reach out to them. So they have to log in and they have to see and then provide the information to you.
Okay, okay. So SAP is decentralized or centralized?
That's a good question. So here what I'm saying, centralized ERP is a centralized system. Now you tell me whether SAP is centralized or decentralized. SAP is a ERP software, right? SAP is one of the ERP software. If SAP is one of the
So it
ERP,
is centralized.
sorry.
So SAP is centralized because it is ERP software.
Yes. If SAP is a ERP software, then if ERP is a centralized system, then obviously SAP is a centralized. In very simple language, so whatever the modules that you will see in the SAP, they are nothing but these departments only. Inventory is one module, finance is one module, HR is one module, production is one module, and you will see n number of other modules likewise. So SAP is not something they have separately created. SAP is born from the business.
Sir,
Whatever you
myself,
see in the business,
I have one more doubt.
that's there in the software. It's very simple. SAP is not so difficult. If anyone says SAP is difficult, that is very complex, never ever trust. SAP is very simple.
Hello,
All you
hello,
need to do is understand
hello.
whatever. Sorry, someone is talking.
Sir, you said SAP is centralized system and we can log in into everyone IDs and we can access that.
Yes.
Because if I'm related to salesperson,
Mhm.
so can I enter into finance login ID and can I see the data?
Yes, you can log into finance. You can see the finance information also. But
But I heard
okay,
there is some access has to be given, na?
that is restricted, but you cannot see how much, I mean, how many profits company is getting. So what are the reports that you cannot see? There are other restrictions. What I'm trying to say
Okay,
is, so there is a salesperson who needs to
okay,
see the information of the stock, how much stock is available. If the material is
okay,
not available, by when we can get the, I mean, get that material, that type of information that we can see.
okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
If I am the inventory person, I can see the sales related. If I am the finance, I can see the procurement related, but not in depth. There is always restrictions. We cannot see the
Oh,
sensitive information.
okay, okay.
Okay. So moving on to the next, as I was explaining before, so never ever trust if anyone says SAP is very difficult, that is complex, we can't understand. SAP is very easy. All you have to do, you need to understand. So if you try to understand what's happening in your real life, it is very easy to understand SAP. As I promised before, so the entire course I'm going to explain in terms of layman language. I will take any one real-time example, what's happening in our real life, and then I will put that into the SAP language. So you don't feel it as a difficult. Okay. So coming to the modules. So mainly in SAP, we have two types of modules. So one is functional, another one is technical. Two types of modules. Functional modules, example, FICO, SD, MM, HR, PP, I will tell you them. Functional modules don't involve with any of the coding. There is zero coding in functional modules. Trust me, zero coding in functional modules. Even if you work for your entire life in SAP towards functional module, you will never ever get into the coding, zero coding. But it's up to you. If you are interested to learn coding, if you are interested to go towards functional plus technical, it's up to you in the career. But if you want to stick to the functional, if you say, my background is not from technical, I don't know anything about the coding or the technical, it is very well fine. So you don't need to worry about that. So trust me, I'm from mechanical background. I never seen coding anywhere in my life. But I'm still working as a SAP consultant. Even entire life, even if I work for another 20 years, I don't need to touch the coding. It's up to my interest. If I want to learn coding, then I can go towards coding, technical side. And technical contains the coding. So whoever is interested in coding or whoever has the coding background, they will go towards technical side. Coming to the functional modules. So the first one we have FICO. This is finance plus controlling. There are two modules. So usually people call it as a FICO. FICO is not a single module. There are two modules, finance and controlling, two modules. Financial controlling is nothing but that deals with the money matters. Whatever that we are paying or whatever that we are getting in the company. So everything will come under the finance and controlling. Next one is SD. SD is nothing but sales and distribution. So in every company, whichever company that you take, what they will do exactly, at the end, what matters, they will prepare a product or a material, they will sell that in the market. What they are doing here, they're selling. So sales department, you go for any company, definitely you will see the sales department. In a business, so we have the sales department. What SAP did simply, they made it as a SD module in the SAP. We have the finance in the real time. So they made it as a finance as a module in the SAP. Sales we have in the real time. They made say SD as a module. Next, MM. MM is nothing but material management. So if we are going to manufacture a product in our company, so we cannot, how we will get, I mean, we are manufacturing the product, but to manufacture that product, we need some material. So simple. In your home, you are cooking the rice. Your rice is a product, final product, maybe that you are selling in the market. But from where you are getting the rice, the raw rice? You are buying from somewhere, right? For suppose you are not buying, but you are cultivating the rice. But to cultivate the rice, at least you need to buy some fertilizers. You need to buy maybe some grains that you have to buy, right? So those materials, handling of the materials will be taken care by the material management. It's all about procurement. Some people call it as a P2P, procure to pay. Some people call it as a material management. Some people call it as a sourcing and procurement. It has a number of names. Don't worry about them. I will be explaining in the future. So what are different terminologies that we can call the MM? Next, we have HR. Even if you go for any company, so obviously the first thing that we'll hear about is HR, recruiter or the HR. That we see in the company side. Similarly, SAP brought this module, that is HR, human resource. Next, we have Hana. Hana is nothing but it's a database. So we can't call it as a functional, but they have mapped under functional, but that's a database. So we're not talking about much about that database. So next we have PP. PP means production planning. Production planning deals with the manufacturing of the product. In our company, example, take Maruti Suzuki. What they will do, they will manufacture the cars. You will see big plants where they are assembling, manufacturing the cars. So that department comes under the PP, production planning. Next, we have BI, business intelligence. That's not so required, can leave. And HCM is nothing but this is human capital management. HR's advanced module is HCM. And these are only few modules. So as far as I know, in SAP, there are 200 plus modules are available. Even I'm not sure if SAP knows all the modules. Those many modules are available in SAP. But whatever you see over the screen, FICO, SD, MM, HR, PP, ABAP, basis, you will see another one, security. These are the modules which you will see almost each and every company. If any company is using SAP, you will not see their software without these modules. Mostly 96 to 97% of the times, you will see these modules in every company whoever is using the SAP. But there are other modules like quality management, plant maintenance. Those modules are there, but there are companies who are using, but rare. But these are the most demand modules in the SAP. So coming to the technical, we have ABAP. ABAP is a programming language. You might have heard about C, C++, Java, Python. Those are languages, right? Similarly, ABAP is one of the programming language, so which used by the SAP. The entire SAP software, so rely on the ABAP language. ABAP is a programming language. Basis do take care of the authorizations. So previously we were talking about the authorization, access, the restriction, right? It will be taken care by the basis. And basis will also take care of the system maintenance. So we have to upgrade the system, or we have to do some maintenance activities that we need to do, right? For every software we have to do. So that will be taken care by the basis team. And there is also another module called security. So they will also take care of the access authorization. Again, it's up to the company how they want to segregate. So these are some of the important modules in SAP, but there are n number of other modules are available. So if you go and Google it simply, so you will see the list of modules. Even you may never hear about those modules in your life. Yesterday, I came to know that's one of the module, dealer management. I never heard about that. Okay, any doubts regarding this SAP modules? Okay. Another point that I'm going to repeat is, in case if you're learning SAP MM, I'm not talking about other function modules, you don't need to have any background. You don't need to have any knowledge. You can come with zero knowledge, zero background. I'll make sure that you will get complete MM. If you have no further doubts, I'm moving on to the next. So supported industries. We were talking about this. Why SAP is so flexible and to which and all industries SAP can support for. If SAP is mainly into the aerospace or media or 3 or 4 industries, then we can say, okay, so this guy is lying with us. So this only used by only few industries. So there will be only less demand for this software. So whatever you can see over the screen, the industries. So do you know any of the other industry which is not mentioned here?
Hello.
There might be, but I don't think of. SAP supports for each and every of the industry that you can see here. Even
Hello.
agriculture also. Please.
So, I'm actually purchase background person. So I'm currently working in a purchase department from last 7 years. So I want to switch to this MM module. Is it correct decision of me?
Yes. So, I can say that that's the best decision that you're going to take, because what I'm trying to say is, even if you're a fresher or experienced without any background, you can learn MM. So you are saying that you are already into the procurement side.
Yes,
So
sir.
going
Procurement, sir,
forward,
and I am the end user, SAP end user.
yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So going forward, whenever I talk about any terminology in SAP, you will easily understand. Maybe for the rest of the people, they may take 2-3 minutes to understand. So you will understand that within 1 minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I
And
have the doubt, sir, is it
Mhm.
correct division or not?
Yes, yes.
I'm also mechanical background only.
Mhm. And you said about end user, right? So we are going to talk about the roles. So why any end user need to shift from their end user role to the consultant role? I will spend another 2 minutes over that in one of the upcoming slide.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sure. Now here you can see the industries like aerospace, defense, which is very sensitive industry. So you might know very well. And let's take media, automotive. So the very simple example that I can say, the flexibility of SAP is even the agriculture industry also use the SAP. Then you can imagine how flexible the SAP is, how demand the SAP has. I'm repeating again, SAP is very costly. But still, why the companies or the industries are using SAP? Because it provides the best results in terms of planning, in terms of efficiency. No. Okay, don't think about AI will replace SAP or AI will replace SAP consultant. No. The AI is just an added advantage. There are a lot of myths. So regarding the AI, even I attend for a number of workshops regarding the AI. AI is just an added advantage. For suppose you are doing so simple. For suppose if I'm making this PPT, so to make this PPT, it will take maybe if it's the first time, it will take 1 day. If I'm refining later, it will take some hours. If I'm using AI, it will take minutes. So that's the advantage. I mean, this is not going to replace my job, right? That is not replacing completely. I'm just using AI to make my job easy. AI will help us to make our job easy, not to replace our job. It will not replace. There are few jobs, so who are doing data entry or some content editing, such jobs will be definitely replaced by the AI, but not our jobs. Trust me, even whoever comes, none of them. Okay. Okay, since we're talking about that, let me tell you something. So we were talking about the technical modules, right? Now they are under danger, technical modules. So today, if you remember, I was talking about my experience towards SAP Build Apps, BTP and Build Apps. By using BTP and Build Apps, I also said that I have zero coding knowledge. If I want to do anything towards technical, I should have the coding knowledge. But today I can develop the applications without coding knowledge. Why? Because I'm using BTP and Build Apps. So now the technical consultant jobs are under risk, but not the functional. Never ever for the functional, because functional people are the one who directly communicate with the business. The persons who are there in the business, they don't know about SAP. They don't know what to do with the SAP. We are the functional consultants. We understand what they're trying to say. Then we will do the required changes in the software. That's why functional consultant role will never be in danger, but yes, technical. Because earlier, I did many enhancements with the technical consultants. So sometimes we do get the requirements from the technical business, maybe to develop application or to change so and so changes. They used to take days, weeks of time. Today, it will not take that much of time. Even I don't need to reach out to them. In my plain language, plain English, I will type. There is something called SAP Joule, introduced by SAP Joule. I will go and type what I want. So please develop application by providing so and so fields. It will simply give all the coding. I don't need to reach out to anyone. It will give the coding. I just need to review the code. So if I know or make any of the other technical consultant use, so and get this job done. Not saying again, completely 100% of the technical jobs will go. It will not go. If previously there is a requirement of 10 technical consultants, that will go around 3 to 4. The rest of them will lose their jobs if they're not upgrading themselves. There are new advancements which are introduced in SAP, they have to upgrade. Okay, moving on to the industries. So I hope we talked about this. So whatever you can see the industry over the screen, so each and every industry. But once you start working for SAP, you never know, I never know for which industry company that you will go and work. But everywhere it is same. Few changes that you will identify, that's it. The fundamentals are the basics. Whichever company you go, they use the same. Or very simple example is you take a scooty or you take a car. Have you ever seen any modifications that you have done for the scooties or cars? They will do, right? Obviously they will do. None of the car you will see. I mean, some cars you will see stickers, some cars you will see some maybe mirrors change, seats change. They will modify, right? But initially the company will deliver only one product. That is standard for everyone. So SAP will give standard SAP to everyone. So later they will make the modifications, some as per their requirement, they will make the modifications. That's what it is. Who will make the modifications? The consultant will make the modifications. Who are the consultants? We are the consultants. We make the modifications as per the business. Business will come, okay, change the alloy wheels. Okay, we will change the alloy wheels. They will say, put a sticker, we will put a sticker, change the seats, we will change the seats. Whatever they say, we will change their recipe as per their requirement. That's the changes or the modifications or the enhancements that we are going to do for any company or any SAP for a particular client. Okay. SAP projects. Okay, types of projects in SAP. So we are having a number of different, again, so once you start working for any company, you never know, I never know what type of project you will get. So first project that we have, greenfield implementation. Greenfield implementation is nothing but if any company is not using SAP as of today, and if they want to install or implement SAP for their company, that is called greenfield implementation. We're implementing newly the SAP software to that company. That is called greenfield implementation. Next one is conversion project. Conversion is nothing but, so for this I need to talk about two terminologies. One is ECC, another one is S/4HANA. I'm not sure if you heard about that. There are customers, the current era for SAP is ECC. Still they are using ECC, but SAP is going to stop the support for ECC by 2027 or max by 2030. And the most demand platform of the SAP version currently is S/4HANA. That is the latest platform or version brought by the SAP. Whoever is already using the ECC, they must migrate or convert from ECC to S/4HANA. They cannot say after 2027, 2030, we still use ECC. You use, no problem, but we don't support. That's what SAP do. So everyone should use the S/4HANA. These are the two terminologies. So that you need to remember, and you may mostly hear about when you are searching for the jobs, ECC and S/4HANA. And our course completely for the S/4HANA, because whatever the functionalities that we see in the ECC, we see the same functionalities in S/4HANA, nothing has missed, but SAP has introduced some advanced functionalities in S/4HANA. So that's why we are using S/4HANA software for our practice, our course. So next we have upgradation project. Upgradation is nothing but it's very simple. Your mobile is Android 11. So for suppose if you are getting Android 12 update, what you will do? You will update it. That is also same upgradation project. Next, support project. Support project is nothing but once we implement or install the SAP for any customer, we cannot say, okay, we implemented, it is done. So they don't need any support. No. As long as the company use the SAP software, they must take the SAP support. I'm not saying SAP support means not from SAP company, the consultant support. They should have the SAP consultant support. They cannot run the software on their own. That type of project is called support project. Rollout project. Rollout project is nothing but, just imagine Reliance is a company. They're having oil and gas companies in 4 states, maybe Andhra, Telangana, Karnataka, Delhi. 4 states they have. They are using the SAP for 4 states, 4 companies or plants, you can say. For 4 plants, they are using SAP as of today. So tomorrow they are going to buy, or they're going to start a new plant somewhere in the Chhattisgarh. So what they have to do, they need to use the SAP software for that plant also, right? So now what we are going to do, we are going to create the new plant in SAP. So that can be called as a rollout project. We are already having the SAP, but we are just rolling out. We are extending. That can be called as a rollout project. So the last one is the development project. Development project is nothing but, this comes similar to the support project. Already implemented or installed SAP. If you are doing any developments, any big customizations, then you can call it as a development project. Mostly this will be taken care under the support project, but there are some clients or the companies who do take support project differently, development project differently. So these are some of the projects that you're going to work. Mostly you will be into any of this project. Trust me, almost 80% of the times we do get the support project. But once you gain the experience, then you will see some implementation. Most of the SAP consultants' dream is to work in the implementation. Even if you're after learning the course, if you're going for any interview, the first question that they will ask, even though you go for interview, the first thing the recruiter will ask you while they're shortlisting your profile, do you have implementation experience? Single straightforward question. If you say no, your profile will be rejected. So that is why we are going to learn this course in terms of implementation approach. So to provide you the implementation knowledge, I will be taking one company as a real-time example, and then I will be explaining if the company wants to implement the SAP, what type of activities that they do, so how we are going to implement for them. So that you will get some knowledge or experience into the implementation, and when you are going for interview or shortlisting your profile, you can say, yes, I do have some knowledge. I mean, I did work on the implementation project. So any doubts or queries in this SAP projects?
Yeah. Hi, Avlesh. Can you repeat on upgradation project? It's like some kind of ERP we are upgrading.
Yeah, upgradation is simple. For suppose I'm using S4 Hana system. So
Okay.
every 6 months once or every year once, so SAP do provide some upgrades. It's very simple. You are having a mobile. So once you buy the mobile, so will you use the same software for lifelong? No, right? Maybe for every 3 months, every 6 months, you will get some upgrades to your mobile. Similarly, SAP do provide the upgrades to the software, their software. So we have to upgrade itself. So there will be very less role for upgradation project as a functional consultant. That will be taken care by the technical consultants. So that's why I didn't spend much time on that. It will be taken care by the technical consultants.
Because like SAP HANA and ECC, we have a separate database, right? So doubt was that.
Yeah, understood. Okay. Since you're talking about database, if any customer is using ECC, I'm not sure if all of you can understand, but I'm trying to explain. If any customer is using ECC system, they can use any database. They can use, you might have heard about Oracle database, IBM database, n number of databases, AWS database, n number of databases are available in the market. They can use any database if any customer is using ECC. But if the customer wants to use the S4 HANA, they must use the HANA database. HANA database is owned by the SAP. So there will be no more third-party databases if you want to use S4 HANA system. So the upgradation that we are going to talk about here is that's regarding to the software, but there might be database upgradations, but we are not going to look into that because you'll get confused. So is that clear?
Yeah, Abhilash, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank
So I'm going to the next. Now let's see the SAP roles. Okay, what is your career? For suppose. So you are going as a fresher into the SAP. The first thing, or before even going as a fresher, there might be some companies who will take you as an intern. Maybe 3 months internship, 6 months internship. So once your performance is good, or if you're going for any MNC company, the initial position that you will get as an analyst. Analyst or a trainee or a associate consultant, any of them. I'm not saying these are the fixed roles or the position in the company. It will change company to company. Next, we have the consultant. So once you gain certain level of experience, maybe 4 years of experience or 3 years of experience, you will become the consultant. So after working as a consultant and once you gain some knowledge towards that module, and once you become senior and if you're guiding some people, and once you gain some knowledge, then you will become the senior consultant maybe within another 2 years. So after senior consultant, some companies will offer you lead position. Some companies will offer you assistant manager. Some companies will offer you manager. Again, it purely depends on the company where you are working. Every company hierarchy is different. We cannot say that, but this is one of the career path that you can see. So after senior consultant, example, assistant manager. After assistant manager, you will become the manager. After a few years, you will become the senior manager. After that, director or solution architect. You will see the career growth roles one by one, one by one. It's up to you the way how you will select. Again, it purely based on the project or the company where you are working. So again, so for suppose if anyone having any doubt regarding the salaries, you can compare. There are n number of domains are available in the market. You can go and compare the SAP consultant salaries with the other domain salaries. Obviously, you will find SAP consultant salaries are far more than other consultant salaries or other domain salaries. Because as I said before, SAP is very costly. SAP is very expensive. Not every can afford that. So when a company is affording or using SAP, what does that mean? It's a rich company. Not as a rich company, they are in a position to afford. So that's why the companies do offer so big salaries to the consultants. So all you have to do is so gain the knowledge. It doesn't mean once you complete your course or once you complete your learning, once you get the job. So don't think that so you have, you did everything lifelong. So until your last working day, either in that company or in your career. So every day just try to learn something. You can ask me, there are n number of consultants are available. Most consultants do fear to change the job. Why? Because if you want to change the job, you have to give the interview. So if you want to give the interview, you have to prepare again. So why are you coming to that situation? Why are you don't do the one-day batting? The way how we are preparing for the exams, when you come to any job, don't do that. If you're having a resume, try to refine the resume for every 1 week, every 1 month. Whatever the new points that you are learning are already learned, put that in the resume. After 1 year, after 2 years, if you go back and open your resume, then you will see, you'll get shocked. Oh, is this my resume? Then whatever that you were learned initially, you will forget those points. It's very difficult to add to the resume of what you did. That is why my suggestion is, so whenever you're going to update your resumes, whenever you are working in a domain, try to update your resumes at least once a week or once in a month. Okay. There are a number of suggestions that I have, but maybe this is not the right time. We are already running out of time. So please let me know if you have any doubts regarding these roles. So, okay. One of the person is asking before SAP end user. So there are two types of roles that you can see. So when I say two types of roles, mostly end user versus consultant. In SAP world, you will see two persons, end user versus consultant. End user is the one who is sitting in that company, maybe creating the orders, creating the data. It's like he's doing the data entry. Whatever he does today, after 1 week, after 1 month, after 1 year, he will do the same job. There is no challenges or the difficulties as far as I know. But consultant is not like that. Every day you are getting a new issue, new challenge. So you have to learn. You have to fix that. Consultants are paid with highest salaries than the end user. So initially, if you are getting an opportunity as an end user, without second doubt, you can go for the end user. I mean, for suppose if you don't see consultant position anywhere, and if anyone is offering end user position, you can go for without any doubt. But do not stick to the end user. If you're sticking to the end user, your life will stuck there. You must jump from end user to the consultant. Then only you will see the growth in your life. Okay, that's the last slide glimpses. So what you will be getting through this course. The first one, SAP MM original books. It's very difficult to get it from outside. So since I'm a SAP certified consultant, so I have the SAP MM original books, which I have bought almost few years back. I can provide you them if anyone is interested. And SAP MM press books, even if you go for, there is a website, SAP press books. If you want to buy a book, so you have to spend thousands of money. So I will provide you those books at free of cost. You don't need to worry about that. An implementation approach, this is going to give you the best advantage ever. I'm not sure how the other trainers, other institute are teaching. So this is my way of teaching, because go for any interview, the first straightforward question is, do you have any implementation experience? The first question. Trust me. So if you don't trust today, so tomorrow, once the course is completed, when you are getting calls from the recruiters, this is what you would observe. If you don't put the implementation in your resume, they will not shortlist. So that's why I'm going to teach the course towards implementation approach, so that you will understand by taking one company as a real-time example, and 2 months of S4 Hana server access. So as I said before, so we'll be using the S4 Hana server. So that we can also talk about the latest functionalities which are introduced by the SAP. The recording videos, for suppose, unfortunately, if you are unable to attend for any of the class, and if you like to revisit, so the institute will provide you the recording videos. You don't need to worry about that. And training completion certificate, we also provide the training completion certificate. And mock interviews, okay, unlimited support. You don't need to worry about the support. For suppose if the training is going to end in 2 months, so it doesn't mean we'll support only for 2 months. You can come anytime or any day. So whenever I'm available, I will definitely help you. So whatever the doubt that you have. And resume preparation, will be providing the best resume format. So I mean, that can be easily shortlisted by the recruiters. Mock interviews and the interview support. So I will help you how to prepare for the interviews and how to provide the self-introduction, and we'll also provide some interview questions and the interview support also. If you need any interview support, if you need any support during the interviews, we'll also help you on that. So these are some of the things that we'll be offering through this course. So other than this, so if you have any doubts, or if you want to ask for something, so please feel free to ask if you want to ask anything, or if you want to meet me in the institute, I will be available today full day in the institute. Tomorrow also we have the demo session. Tomorrow also I will be available in the institute. You can come, and if you want to meet, you can meet me in the offline, or if you want to talk, you can call to the reception and so say my name, so I can talk to you. And for suppose, I'm giving you the best chance. So if you have any question, put here. I'm not saying only talk in English. So if you have something that you can't talk in English, or that you can't tell in English, but you have something in your mind that you want to talk, you can put it in Telugu, no problem at all, because language will never become a barrier. Please understand. Or if you hesitate to ask, you can put it in the chat, no problem at all. So you are open for questions. So if you have any questions, so feel free to ask. So we are already set 10:10. So we are going to have another demo session at the same time tomorrow, 9 to 10. So please be available. So today we just discussed about SAP and the overview of roles and the industries and the projects. So tomorrow we are talking about SAP MM, the main introduction of the SAP MM. The question for Vasu is, so as a fresher, is it possible to learn SAP MM and get placed in a company? Yes, Vasu, that's 100% possible. So there are n number of people who take an SAP MM training as a fresher and placed in a companies. So the best advantage is, so you might be looking for an opportunity at the outside, so without taking any course. You may get an opportunity without taking any course, but inside, when you go inside of the company, they may teach you the course. But if you ask me, then what is the use of learning MM before we go as a fresher? It will become an added advantage. So if you learn SAP MM, just imagine how many points that you can cover in your resume. So if you see, the recruiter or any company will not see how the person looks like and how the person, how much weight he is, how much tall he is. They will not look like all those characteristics, right? What they will look, they will look at the resume. The resume is the best paper which defines about you. Then what you have to do about the resume? How handsome you are, how beautiful you are. What is the use if your resume is not proper, is not looking good? So if you're going as a plain fresher, there are n number of, you might know very well how the market is at outside. There are thousands, lakhs of employees who are unemployed. So why they are unemployed? Because of skill set problem. It's not due to there are no jobs. There are the jobs. Why they are not getting the jobs? Because the skill set problem. They don't have the skills. That's why I'm suggesting. So if you are a fresher, take the course. Say, I have learned this, I have this knowledge. Then if you're going for any interview, if there are 1,000 candidates, they will look into all the resumes. So all the resumes are looking same. So, okay, this guy is passed out this year. He doesn't have anything. He doesn't have anything. This guy is having MM knowledge. Okay, added an advantage. You will put your resume aside in the shortlist. So this is what I try to say. Even whenever I go for my previous colleges where I learned, this is what I will tell to the people. Learn something extra of what you are studying today. Studies are not going to help you anything. 60% is enough. Whether you are having 99% or you are having 61%, your package will be same. But what they will look is how many extracurricular activities, what skills that you have learned additionally. So that's what they look into. So it's very important to design your resume. So that's the best paper which defines you.
Sir, excuse me, I have one doubt.
Yes, please.
Sir, I worked for 2 years as a end user
Okay.
in SAP only.
Mhm.
Like it's like concept. I work for concepts.
Okay.
Later, like in after 2 years, I have some like career gap. So it is okay to to take this course at like.
Yes, so that is possible. Okay. Um, okay. Another thing I want to repeat, even though if you have any personal questions, like I have the career gap, so this is year I passed out. So I will try to explain you. So you don't need to hesitate about that. For suppose you are somewhere around 2017 passed out and you want to learn today. So you don't have any experience. Still you can learn SAP MM. There are companies who are looking into the background, who are not looking into the background of what you did. There are companies who doesn't care of how much gap that you have. All they are looking today is the skill set, whether you have the knowledge or not. Of course, there are companies, though you have knowledge, they look into your background, but there are companies who are looking into the skill set and they will take you. So irrespective of your gap, irrespective of your passed out. So trust me one thing, in my previous batch, do you remember if I say there is one person who joined at the age of 55 years? If you don't trust me, so come to institute one day, I'll show you. He's at 55 years and he joined for SAP MM. And I need to say this thing, so he's very dedicated. He didn't miss even a single class in the entire course. See his dedication. I'm very confident that he will definitely get a job.
Okay.
You don't need to stick to the companies. So there are ample of opportunities. So you can work as a freelancer, you can work as a trainer, you can work as a mentor. There are ample of opportunities. It's not all about working for a company to do the job. Ample of opportunities are available. And as I said before, irrespective of your background, whether you are from software side or you are from coding side or you are from mechanical side, civil, electrical, whichever it is. So there are no restrictions to learn this course as a PM. So everyone can understand. Whether you are experienced or you are a plain completely fresher, you will easily understand. Okay, guys. So if you have no further questions, so if you have questions, please ask. If you hesitate to ask, you can put it in the chat. Or so
Okay.
I said before. So is there any question?
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, any timing changes, sir?
I hope we can go for based on the best suitable time. Maybe based on the enrollments. So you don't worry about the timings based on the enrollments. So we will see whichever is best suitable. So either 9 to 10 or 9:30 to 10:30 or 10 to 11. So we can accommodate that.
Anytime 8:30 to 9:30.
Okay, that's also fine. No problem.
Because I want to go to 9:30 office.
Yeah, I understood. Yeah, I mean, there are no particular restrictions. It depends on, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So if you are interested, I mean, you can call to the reception. So this is what my available time. Is it possible? So then what we will do, we will reach out to the rest of the participants and we'll ask their convenient. Are you okay with this time? If everyone's, we'll take majority based, right? If they say okay, yes, we'll go with that. And the demo is just for 9 to 10 today and tomorrow. But starting from Monday onwards, we'll decide, we'll confirm you the timings. Again, we'll take all of your opinions and then we'll decide that.
Okay.
So another thing, so today and tomorrow we'll be having demo, no class on Sunday, and it will be continued from Monday onwards. There will be no delay or no gap.
Sir, what will be the course duration?
Course duration, it will take 2 months.
Okay, thank
Yep. Suppose if you have any further doubts like course duration, timings, or course fee, or such type of details, I mean, you can directly, I mean, if you have something in your mind, you can ask me now. I can explain you. Later, if you get such type of doubts, you can, I think you might be having the receptionist number. You can directly call to her and she will provide you more details. And she can also forward you the course curriculum. What about hand practice? So that's what we are going to do, right? So the first 4 to 5 days, we are going to have the theoretical sessions completely. The rest of the 2 months completely hands-on. So every one of you will be getting 2 months of server access. So, and you must practice with the server. So that's why if you are available, so most of the time, so I'll be taking the sessions from the offline in the institute only. So if you are coming here and here, there are n number of other participants are there who are learning, who are already learned, who are working in the real time. Okay. The best advantage for you, if you are going to enroll for this course, repeating again, if you're going to enroll this course and if you're going to come to the institute, so trust me, the best advantage is you will see n number of other people who are working in real time on SAP MM. They will come for the support to here. You can see of what they are doing, what their daily activities. Trust me, if you don't utilize that opportunity, you will regret later, definitely. There are people, why? Because, so you might have heard about something called real-time project. If you ask me, real-time project is a scam. What they will do, the way how we are going to do in this course implementation approach, they will show you the same at the outside and they will call it as an implementation approach. That's not called real-time project. Real-time project is nothing but just forget about the real-time project. So you need to understand what are the activities a person will do in the real time. That's why I'm trying to say, if you're available, you can come to the institute. There are people you can practice here. There are people who are working in the real time. Try to talk to them and understand of what they're doing so that you will gain some real-time knowledge. In the future, if you're going to put some 2 to 3 years of experience in your resume and going for any interview, it will help you to explain if they're asking any questions because you have already observed what the other people are doing in the real time. It will benefit you. Otherwise, so later you have to, go to any other institute or any other person saying real time. Don't do that. Don't do that mistake. Okay. Entire MM syllabus will complete in the 2 months only. So if you ask me how many days the MM syllabus will take, it will take 1 year. Not only MM, you take any module. A module is a vast, it's an ocean. Even if you learn your entire life, you cannot learn the complete module. So what we are going to see, the topics that we are going to cover, you will not miss any topic. You go for any industry or any project later, you will not get a chance to think that, so the trainer will not teach me this topic. You will never get it. You will never get into that situation. Trust me. If you get in that situation, you can call me. I'll be available on mobile everywhere. Trust me, if you say it's only 2 months, it will take 1 year. It's so simple. I said, right, in SAP, there are 200 plus modules are available. But how many modules the companies are using? Only some modules. Same. So any other questions, guys? So if you have no further questions, so thank you guys. Thank you for joining. So this record will be uploaded in the drive and you will be getting this link. In case if you want to repeat, you can revisit the link. If you want to share with any of your friends, if anyone is interested to join, so you can share with them. So thank you guys. Thank you for joining. We'll connect back tomorrow at the same time. If you are interested, you can come to the institute. I will be available in the institute.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.